Hello, my name is Natalie and welcome to my channel. So today for my first video I thought I would do the 24 books that I want to read in 2024. Obviously I'm going to read more than 24 books, but here's the ones that are like my top priority on my list. Let's get started. The first 4 books are the Six of Crows duology and then the I think it's King of Scars one. But yeah, no, I definitely know I'm reading Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom because they're part of a book club that I'm doing with but I also really want to read the next 2. I just need to actually figure out which order they need to go in. I think it's King of Scars and then Rule of Wolves, but I can't be 100% sure. The next one that I want to read is Serpent and Dove. This is a book that's been on my TBR since I joined BookTok a long time ago. I tried to read it once before. I literally read 2 pages, but you know, it sounds really good and I do really want to read it. But this was one of those books that I bought just because BookTok said it was good, and then I never actually knew what it was about. But now I've actually read the blurb and I know what it's about. I really want to read this book and I hope I really enjoy it. Another one I fell victim to from BookTok told me to buy it. Cemetery Boys. This is mostly Kate's book because she's the first person I followed on BookTok. But yeah, no, I've heard some good things about this book and I've heard that it's pretty good. I have no clue what it's about though. But yeah, no, this has been on my shelf since I joined. I think, God, when did this book even come out? I actually don't even have a clue when this book came out, to be honest. Well, this came out in 2020 and I think I joined BookTok in late 2020 or early 2021, so yeah, that's probably when I bought this. There's going to be a lot on this list that are just because TikTok told me to. So, for example, these 2, Six Crimson Cranes and Lightlark. I got this, I pre-ordered this before it came out without even knowing what it was about. And do I know why I pre-ordered? Because the cover's pretty. But I've heard it's also a pretty decent book, so I do really want to read this. So I've attempted to read it once before. I read like the first chapter and then I put it down, but I want to try and read this next year. And also Lightlark, I saw it all over BookTok. I heard it was really good, so I picked it up and decided I'm going to buy it. And also it's just like really pretty underneath the dust jacket and everything, so yeah. I'm one of those people who buys books and then just doesn't actually read what they're about, and then when I go to read them I'm either really surprised and happy or I'm really disappointed. So we'll see how the ones on this list will turn out. These 2 are ones that I actually picked off for myself because I liked the sound of them, but now I have no clue what they're about because I can't remember. Last Night at the Telegraph Club. I know this is an LGBTQ book set in the 1950s in America. This is by Malinda Lo, and I read another one of her books earlier in this year in 2023, called A Scatter of Light, which was really good. I really enjoyed it. I read it in a day, and I really enjoyed that book. So I want to give this one a go and see if I like it just as much as that one. And then book number 10 on this list is For the Wolf, which thinking is a Little Red Riding Hood twist on the Little Red Riding Hood story. I'm not really sure, but it sounded good, and every time I read the blurb I think it sounds good, but then I can never remember what it's actually about when I look at the book. So yeah, I really want to read this. This is also on my list that I set for myself that if I don't read it next year, it's getting either sold or donated, because I've had so many books on my bookshelf that I've had for years and I just haven't picked up. Book number 11 is another one that I heard it was good on BookTok and I just bought it. A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I've heard this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it does have disability representation and everything, and I heard it is really good. It's the first one in the series, so I'm going to give it a try and see if I like it, but it's one of those ones that have been on my shelf for a very, very long time. I think I can probably dig out the video on my BookTok of me actually receiving this book, and I can put the date here of when I actually bought it, and yeah, I've had it for a very long time, so I need to actually read this one. The next 2 are ones that I had gotten more recently, but they are ones that I really just want to read. So the next one is Liar's Beach. This is a thriller. I'm more of a romance girl, but I'm trying to branch out my reading a bit more, and I wanted to read this because it sounded really interesting. So I'm going to give this book a go. It's only a very short one, so I think it's a good one to to have a go at. And I'm now realising that there's a bookmark in here because I've tried to start this book before and I just didn't. So yeah, that's one I definitely want to read next year. The other one after that is one that is from BookTok, and a person who was on BookTok published this. Assistant to the Villain. Well, she's not really on BookTok, but she is a TikToker who published this book, and I watched her series on there. I will insert her username here. I really enjoyed her series on BookTok, that one TikTok that was called Assistant to the Villain, and it just sounded really interesting and amazing. So when the book got published, I couldn't resist buying it, so I did, and that's that. So I'm gonna read that. And then the final two are other ones I've bought because BookTok told me to, but they're also like ones that I've read. Well, the first one is Crush. I read Crave. I think it was in 2022 I read Crave. Either that or it was, actually yeah, it was 2022 I read Crave, and I have not picked up Crush since. I read like the first 90 pages and then I stopped reading. So I'm either going to have to reread Crave and then I read this one, or I think I might be able to just pick up this one because I think I remember everything that happened in Crave, but I'm going to have to restart this one from page 1. But yeah, no, I really want to read this one, and if I still enjoy this book, then I will buy the rest of the series and finish it. If not, then this will be getting donated. And the final ones, or the ones that I actually have on me right now, is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I picked this up because I heard it was a really good book, and also this is the special anniversary edition, and it's just got like the most beautiful stenciling on like there. It's got the most beautiful artwork on the inside, and then like underneath the dust jacket, the cover is just so pretty. But yeah, this has been on my TBR for a good couple of years now, and I just really want to read it. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a try and see if I like it. If not, it's another one of the ones that will be getting donated. So the last few ones that I don't actually have right now because I'm waiting to buy them, because, well, so no, actually I do have one of them. So my best friend Remy has given me a list of books that he wants me to read because they're all of his favourites. So I already own one of them. I already own 2 of them. I've already read one of the ones he's put on the list. This is another one. This is All That's Left in the World. It's one of his favourite books, and I said I would read it this year, so there's a few that on this list that this is the only one I actually own at the moment. The other ones I'm getting for Christmas. But yeah, this is one of the ones on there, and I really want to read this. Now for the final ones. So the final 8 books are ones I don't own, but I am going to insert pictures of their covers here. So the first ones are part of a series called The Mirror Visitors. This is Remy's favourite series, and yeah, so it's book 1, 2, 3 and 4 in this series of The Mirror Visitors, so I need to read all of these. The next is The Atlas 6. I used to own this book, but then I got rid of it, but Remy said it's really good, so I'm going to rebuy it and I'm going to give it a go and read it. And then the final ones, the one I'm most excited about on this list, is the Caraval series. I want to read this series so badly because I've heard so many good things about it, but I've just never picked it up. But my mum said I could get £50 worth of books for Christmas, so this is on my list, and I'm buying the series off of Amazon. So yeah, those are ones that I definitely want to read. But yeah, no, that is all of the books I want to, that's the 24 books I want to read in 2024. I can't wait to read all of these books. They all seem amazing, well, from the descriptions I actually know. So if you liked today's video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna try and upload weekly different kinds of videos. Some of them may be shorter ones like this one, some of them may be longer reading vlogs, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you think in the comments.